Howdy doody Trudy. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at this guy, and this is Age of the Primes Megatronus Prime, aka the Fallen. You can see he has 2 of the DNA upgrade kits adorned on him, and dude, this thing kind of drives me crazy, man. I wish this secured better. Like, I don't like this, but anyway, we'll talk about that in a second. So the first kit over here is DK740, and this just consists of one of the blades, because this is the main kit over here, DK74, and it only comes with one blade, and so this kind of evens it out. And depending on which retailer you buy it at, you're either going to get the purple one, or you're going to get the orange trim one. And I wanted the orange trim just so that it fits with the native kind of red and orange color. And so I got mine from TF Safari, and if you want to support my sponsor, that's where you should get yours too. And so I want to talk about the vehicle mode a little bit, and so pros and cons. Overall, the silhouette is good, especially if you can balance these right and you're trying to take a picture for social. That's awesome. However, if you're setting these things straight, they're just always going to tilt back. I just wish there was something that would fasten this here, or this would like hold it in place. It drives me nuts, man. It really, really does. This is the other thing. So this thing is made up of like heavy, dense plastic. It's not like this rubbery stuff. Like you can hear like, well, okay, that kind of has a thud too, but this is all like bendy. This is not. It's just thick, dense, translucent plastic. And while it does look super cool and it's like form-fitting and everything, I just don't like the additional heft and bulk that it puts on the character. It does look cool in robot mode in that you can adorn the shoulders and give them all these extra flame bits, but I wish they were done in a softer plastic. That's all I'll say. And these flame bits, these are naturally from the Fallen, and we can just kind of remove those. And I'm just taking this off so that you can see the kit, the entire bot a little bit better. These things over here, you see these chains, they're all from this thing. And here, let me take one off. And so the way it attaches, it has this like hilt, and you can use that for the back of the bot so that you can store the weapon. That I think is arguably a better use. Having this on the side over here is like, yeah, I don't know, man. It just doesn't do it for me. And I have lovingly wrapped the spawn chain kind of around here, which I think is a, okay, that thing fell off, which I think is a cool concept. But I don't know, like when you put him in robot mode, I almost cursed. This ish has nowhere to go, and you could have him holding it like, yeah, like that and stuff, and that's cool. I wish you could remove this. I wish this bottom part was a separate piece that you could just remove, because this is okay and this is okay, especially because this part can be removed, revealing this mask, which allows you to insert it on the Fallen's face, Megatronus's face. I think that's a very cool gimmick, but I think, excuse me. All right, I'm not gonna put it on right now. I think this thing should have been removable, and it would have been such an easy solution as well, because otherwise you just have this thing just kind of hanging on. It doesn't do a lot for me. And so while I do love the aesthetic of this, like, dude, it looks so imposing. The colors are beautiful. Aesthetics are fine. Just the way the chain is, and just the way it, like, see how loose this is? How it loosely hangs on the side of the vehicle is not my favorite. And you can see this is done over here too. I mean, realistically, I think all of this stuff is meant to enhance the bot mode, and alt mode is just kind of secondary. Because what the heck is that noise? You guys hear that? Weird. Dude, hold up for a second. There was this weird noise happening in my wall. Like there was like some creature in there, and then my computer started going haywire, and weird, man. Okay. I don't like the way this kind of like change, like here. This is intentionally meant to sit at an angle. It won't sit flush. And even the way you can see this is carved out, it's at an angle because it's meant to house that. And that's all fine. This is okay for the most part. This, I wish they had done better. You can see he has the feet stuff here, right? And because he has this here, this thing can't transform anymore. It can't collapse anywhere. It just has to hang out. Wish they had done that better. It's cool that he has this oomph thrusters going on over here, and I want to say they're blast effect compatible. Maybe not. But I do wish that had been done better. And in order to make this all work, you can see that this is not fully, I mean, it is closed, but it's slightly askew. And the reason why that's happening is this. He has these two additional handles that have been placed into the blaster to facilitate being able to connect like all of this and make this work. It's not bad. It's not horrible, but usually when you see an upgrade kit kind of attached, I don't know, there's more thought, I guess, going into making the alt mode work as well. Yeah, but yeah, I think the implementation here is a bit mid. I'm just going to be super duper honest with you. That's okay. That's okay. But where I do think he shines is his robot mode, and we're going to take a look at that. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to uninstall one of the shoulders, because you can see this over here is a massive new shoulder pauldron, and I do want to show you how it is installed and how it looks comparatively with the native one. And so let me go transform this dude, remove one of these bits, and then we'll continue with the video, okay? All right, so here he is in bot mode, and I can show how these are going to be installed later. You're going to have to basically remove these pieces and just do kind of like a pop and swap, but once again, I will show you that a bit later. You can see that he has his mask on right now. It's just a slip and grip on this mechanism over here. There's like a little groove that's cut out, and you can just take this mask and you can just pop that in like so. Like that, and it'll just stay there, and it holds very securely. But when he's in bot mode, I kind of don't know where to like drape the chains, and so once again, I just wish there was a way to remove this stuff, because it just reminds me of like my friends who are like into like alt or like goth and stuff like that used to have a bunch of chains on their clothes all the time, and it used to get stuck on things too, and that's kind of what it reminds me of. I did fail to mention that this comes with a separate upgrade kit. So this bit over here, the little tip, you can remove that. And boy, what a huge difference that makes compared to this, right? And this is soft gummy plastic, and this is less so. It's more of your traditional plastic. You can see that the engraving and the paint is much tighter than this. And if you so wanted, it actually comes with a separate tip as well, a golden spear. And so completely up to you. This is a pre-order gift, and I believe you can still get it with your order from TF Safari. And so, yeah, just kind of keep that in mind. And these are the gap fillers that I will let the eventual owner of this kit install, but that won't be me. And again, you're not really going to notice it for the purposes of this video. So the reason why I don't have all this stuff on here right now is earlier I talked about the weight that's associated with this, right? Oh, these are the scabbards, or whatever you call them, the thing that holds the swords in place, and then you can just have those like on the back over here. And so I know I sound like I'm just complaining, and well, it's because I am complaining, and it's not that I'm ungrateful, but I just want to, you know, make critique where critique is due. Where's my spudger? So as you can see, this is where the swords, this is what I'm talking about. Oh, Lord. This is where the swords are meant to sit. And it'll do a good enough job, but I just don't like how much it's just hanging out back there, man. I would have much preferred if this could be closer. If this can hang like that, that would have been nice, versus it being just like out here. Like that would have been so much nicer. And I wish they could have developed a method, because there is a port up here, you know? I wish they could have developed a method by which this can hang better, that could be utilized in its alt mode. But the reason why these things and why this stuff, why I'm not adorning the bot with them, is because of a fault in the Fallen's shoulders natively. All right, look. Sorry about that. By the way, I am on my lunch break right now, and so if it seems that I'm kind of like expediting this and fast forward and it seems like a little loose, please forgive me. I'm just under a tremendous amount of crunch time right now. I don't have a ton of free time. So okay, so this is the mask over here. You can pop that off, and you can just see his face. I mean, to be honest, I quite like this face. I don't really care whether he has the Decepticon mask or not. I mean, I know it's cool for like lore and stuff like that, but I don't really care for it. All right. So here's the base spot, and he's cool. You got to think though, these add weight, right? The problem is that there are no ratchets here. This is all on this like friction swing bar, which already kind of swings a little too freely for my taste. And this butterfly also is just on a no friction, it's just on a swing. And the heavier that this gets, the looser that thing is going to become. And so if you do decide to decorate him, you put on all the bells and whistles, while it does look cool, see, look at that. This is just way too heavy. It's just far, far too heavy. I mean, it looks beautiful. Don't get me wrong. It looks phenomenal. It has a tremendous amount of aura. There's great presence to it, but I wish they could have done something about this. But because it's on pins, they would have had to create an elaborate pin removal replacement type system. And most people, including me, don't like all of that. And so while this is a very nice piece, it's just far too heavy, man. They didn't properly think this through. Conceptually, it's good. But in terms of the user experience, it falters. And that's just really, really too bad. The swords, they grip well enough in the hands. I mean, the hand, you just open them up and you just pop them through, and that's fine. And he'll hold it fine enough. But again, this is just more added weight, and he can't bear any of that, let alone with this and all the toppings on the nachos. It just doesn't work. And so while I do think aesthetically it's a magnificent kit, just from aesthetics alone, in terms of bot mode, I think this is like an 8 of 10. It looks good to me. I like the pronounced, very, very big shoulders. I think it looks good with the face, the motif, the style, the theme. Everything looks really, really good. So I'll give it an 8 out of 10. In terms of its execution, in terms of making this a better toy and not just a good looking toy, like functionally making this better, I'm gonna have to give it like a 5 or something, man. It just makes it so that it's not fun to play with, in my opinion. Fun to look at and fun to display, but handling it is not great. Yeah, and that's unfortunate because it has a lot of things going for it. It feels a little bit different to me than your average DNA kit, almost as if there are different members from the company who work on this, and whoever chose this one, it's either they're not experienced enough or they're limited by what the Fallen has to offer natively, and so therefore, I don't know, I think they got the short end of the stick. And oh dude, I totally forgot, I was going to show you how to swap in the shoulders. Let me do that right now while I keep complaining, okay? All right, so let me show you how this goes. So for starters, you do need to pop this off this little mushroom peg over here, and I've taken the liberty of already removing the screws, and so you can see that's what it would look like on the inside. And normally this would just be nestled in here like so. Pretty easy peasy, right? And so you unscrew, and then you undo, and then you can start adding the shoulder bits. And now there's going to be this internal shoulder frame, and then where's the other bits? There's this external shoulder, excuse me, this is also internal, but it's the back of this, and this is going to squeeze on like so. And you can see that's where the forearm attaches. And then this bit needs to attach over here, and you have to make sure that that little bar sits in here. As I try to do this with one hand. Come on, there we go. That's pretty much it. And then from there, it does come with one screw that you put on, and so it's fairly simple. And then from here, you can just, I'll screw it on later after I'm done doing this. but you can just pop the mushroom peg in very simply. And so installation is not very difficult at all. It's very, very simple. And then you have this look, but still it doesn't fix the loose shoulders. But look at that, man. It looks really nice though. You can't deny that. I mean, I just love the vertical line patterns. They look like vents. I think it's phenomenal. Unfortunately, it doesn't hold up as well in handling, but visually it looks good. Yeah. And so I don't know if you average that. I gave it an 8 in terms of aesthetics, but in terms of like actual functionality and stuff, I give it a 5. So what is that? 13, 6.5 average. Yeah, I think 6.5 probably sits about right. What do you guys think? After everything that I've shown you, is this a vibe or is it a dive? Would you pick this up? Please let me know in the comments, okay? Thanks for watching the video. You guys have a wonderful day, all right? Adios, broskies.